All right. Now, you should be looking at all of the instructional videos before you come to this, as well as doing my joint mobility warm-up before you begin. All right. So, but what we're going to start with is just deadlifts, and deadlifts adding a row. So we're going to do 30 seconds of each and repeat twice for a 2-minute round. And our timer starts now. So what I like with the deadlifts, remember, is keeping the kettlebell down by the heels, right? And trying to keep the shoulders up as much as possible. I'm looking to use that posterior chain as much as possible because as we get older, that is really important. All right, so that's why I ask people, pretend there's a low stool behind you and you're trying to sit on that. All right, now we're going to add that row. So we bring the kettlebell up. It's a V. Elbows are in a V around the face. All right, so you've seen it. Now I'm going to go a little faster. You'll notice I take a little pause at the bottom with that bell. I do that so I'm not getting a bounce off the floor. And get that butt tight and gut tight at the top of that move. All right, now we're just back to the deadlifts and no row. Again, try to remember it's like your butt is looking for a low stool that's behind you. Keep your shoulders up as much as possible. And we're adding the row. And we're going to rest. So we have a 1-minute rest. After that rest, we're going to do 2 different moves. We're going to do front squats. That's with the bell. And then we're going to do sumos. Sumos, you think of the sumo wrestlers, feet are turned out. All right? We're just going to stay with 2-handed sumos when we do this, okay? Coming up is our 30 seconds. We get another 30 seconds, and then we'll go again. Of course, if you need a longer break, stop this and pick it up when you're ready. Okay, now, for our front squats, we are going to start with the feet a little wider than shoulder width, completely parallel, not haphazard. All right, we're going to bring that bell up by the horns and hold it right up here. And let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, we bring it up. And front squat. And see how I'm coming all the way down. I've got my elbows going to my thighs. And remember, stay out of those knees. Again, your butt's reaching back for a chair. All right? You're not coming forward into your knees and stressing your knees. I have learned to be very focused. Okay, we're going to turn the feet out. We're just going to do 2-handed sumos. Up and down. You're going to go down as low as your flexibility will allow. I want you to keep your shoulders up, though. Okay? Shoulders up. Remember, watch those instructional videos on YouTube, and we're going to bring the feet back parallel. We're going to grab it by the horns again. Find some good music. Put it on for yourself while you're doing this. So we'll make it fun for you. I always have music on when I'm working out. And we turn the feet out. Again, knees should be pushing toward the little toes, not caving in. Keep those shoulders up as much as you can. And we're going to rest. Okay, so our next round, we're going to do high pull to squat. I have that in the instructional video. It's a combination of a squat and a swing. I find it's a good one to help people get the swing move. We're going to just do that for 2 minutes. Now, I will tell you that does get tiring. So if you need to stop, if you can't make it for the 2 minutes early on, you get in what you can get in, all right, and rest. Maybe it's 1 minute, maybe it's 30 seconds. You get in what you can get in, okay? But just follow along. As I said, you can always watch the instructional video. So we're going to be bringing that kettlebell up, again, by the horns. We just did a front squat, so that's part of the move. And bring it up. So we've got our front squat. We just did that. Now we're going to swing it back, and we're going to catch it. We're back to the front squat. Swing it back. Catch it. One of the reasons this helps people get the swing move is because swinging it from up by the chest like that, people tend to get a better back swing. You're not going to have a good front swing. You're not going to have a good hip hinge if you really aren't swinging that bell back, okay? And make sure you keep getting that nice full squat, all right? Not a little demi, unless you have some impediment. I hope I'm right. I think that's 1.5 minutes. I just realized I'm not sure. This is when I need somebody else here with me to count up the 30-second intervals. And stop. I hope that was right. If it wasn't 2 minutes, well, you got 1.5 minutes. You can repeat it. All right, so our next round, we are going to do tactical lunges. So as a reminder, and this is another one, it's going to just go for 2. Actually, I think we'll switch it up. We'll go 30 seconds with tactical lunges, 30 seconds with just an isometric lunge. Right leg will be going back first. I'll remind you of that. Back to the tactical lunges, isometric lunge on the second side. All right? So remember, whatever side that bell is in, that's the leg going back into the reverse lunge. Watch that instructional video to make sure you understand a proper reverse lunge. Okay, get ready. 3, 2, 1. And I'm bringing that knee almost to the floor. That back foot is straight ahead. I'm keeping my weight in the heel of my front foot. Very important on lunges, you keep the weight in the front foot. You don't transfer weight back. You will struggle with these if you transfer the weight back. We're going to put that down. Right leg is going to go back into our isometric lunge. We're just holding it. Really important that you're holding it like I am and not up here, right? At the bell, we will pick up the kettlebell and go back to those tactical lunges. Just breathe through it. Oh, there we go. And again, I've gone over all the common mistakes I see with all of these moves. A left leg is back. So I'm going to encourage you to take a look at all of those instructional videos. I have a bad toe on this side. So if my form looks a little off, that's why, because I can't really put normal weight on it. All right, there's that 2-minute round. So our next round, we're just going to do biceps and triceps. Here with the bell, and then all the way down here with the bell. Just back and forth, not too bad. Now notice, and I have this in the instructional video too, notice how I'm holding the bell. You have got to hold it under the ball of the bell, all right? Not by the horns. If you hold it by the horns, these guys, it's going to change the weight distribution and you're going to work more forearm, okay? So you want to be holding that under the ball of the bell. So when I pick it up, you'll notice I'm holding it, the horn is facing out, all right? Okay, I'm going to get that bell in place. Here it is. I'm holding it under the ball of the bell. I've got my shoulders back. All right, tight gut, tight butt. And we're here. And crush that bell, if you can, between the heels of the palms. I even like to keep my chin up when I'm doing these. It really helps to remind you should not be rocking the shoulders, okay? You've got to keep a nice square shoulder. At the timer, we're going to hook our thumbs to the horns just like that, overhead, and we bring it all the way down and up. Don't stop it here. Bring it all the way down if you can. You might find that you need a lighter bell for these than you do for anything else. And we're going to come back to those bicep curls. Remember, shoulders back, tight gut, tight butt. Get that full body isometric contraction happening. And once again, we hook it to the horns. We bring it overhead. We bring it all the way down. And that's the end of that round. All right, so we've only got one more round for our 20-minute workout. We're going to do figure eights. Again, that's on the instructional as well. And we're going to combine that with overhead presses, all right? So that will be the last for our 20-minute workout. Now, if you're somebody that you say, I can do more than 20 minutes, excellent. Then maybe you want to look at the instructional videos and you want to change out. Maybe instead of bis and tris, maybe you want to do those one-arm rows twice each side for your 2-minute round your second time through. Maybe you want to add in some push-ups your second time through. Or chest presses, just have the bell on your back and just press it up and down, okay? So you can mix it up a little bit that way. All right. I'm going to use this bell. Whoops, get it in place. So I like to start the way I finished, right here. And we throw it back between the legs, and now we're automatically going to be on the other side. See? Now, make sure you finish off the move. Tight gut, tight butt at the top of that. And watch how I transition easily to go into the overhead presses. And so I'm just going to bring it right here. Okay, just like that, like I've got a goblet. I'm going to press it up right by the backs of my ears, down. This is a good one to work on breath. We breathe out on the exertion. Okay, we're here. Breathe in. Now, we can transition back to the figure eights by just doing this, right? And we're up and around. Finish off that move. Tight gut, tight butt at the top. And there we go. Two-handed overhead press. Let's work on that breath again. And that's it. So what you can do is, as I said before, you can repeat this. You can repeat it one time for a 40-minute workout. You can repeat it twice for a 60-minute workout. As most of you know and have heard me say by now, I only work out 3 hours a week. I do one of these, kettlebell or some of the other things we have in our gym. I do it 1 hour, 3 times a week. And that's it. And that's all I'll ever ask from you. But if you need to start out with the 20 minutes, you start out with the 20 minutes. Maybe it's for your first month, 3 times a week. Then it goes to 40 minutes. Once you reach that 60 minutes, 3 times a week, I won't ask you for more. Okay.